Hello friends, myself Praveen Pathak. I am HOD of Advanced Diploma in Industrial Safety and lecturer in Chemical Engineering at KKWAG Polytechnic, Nasik. So today we are going to discuss about a management subject of Diploma in Engineering candidates. Under this management subject, we are going to discuss about the principles of directing and controlling of implementing the plans. Under that course outcome, we are going to discuss about the a particular unit outcome, that is select the appropriate method of communication and from the available methods. So what exactly the communication is and what are the different methods available for this communication have to discuss for finalizing the direction. Now these are the contents of this presentation, that is communication and its elements, types of communication that may be verbal or non-verbal, that may be formal or informal, that may be upward, downward or horizontal. Right? So what exactly the communication is? It is a transfer of information from the sender to receiver. So you can have a look into this picture, that is we are sending the information, we are sending these different symbols from the sender to receiver, right? So some media may be present there, that media may be message systems, that media may be mail system, that media may be computer system or telephone, etc., right? So through this media, through this channel, this sender is sending the message. Now the information is going to send from A to B. Now this encoding and decoding is also very important, because whatever the information is sent by the sender, that should be understood by the B person, that is receiver, right? So that is one of the main element. That is why these elements are listed out, that is sender, message, transmission, recipient and meaning. Now this communication plays key role in the success of manager. Effective communication requires information and understanding. Directing abilities of manager mainly depends on the communication skills, and communication refers to a process of exchange of ideas between the persons, and successful communications causes desired changes. So we have to share the ideas, we have to share our some concepts, we have to share our orders or circulars or emails or whatever the changes in our working style, in the production activity, in other activities of organization, that should be communicated quickly and efficiently and with the help of a proper method. So that is why we must know there are different types of communication. The communication based on the parties involved, communication based on the formalities and other types of communications, right? So the communication based on the parties involved. So parties means that may be an internal party, the persons involved are from the organization itself, and the external parties, it means the persons which are involved out of the organizations, right? So if the internal parties means the persons which are of the organization's parts, then it can be subdivided into vertical communication and horizontal communication, right? So this vertical clearly indicate that may be upward direction, that may be downward direction. So that is why it is again subdivided into two classes, that is downward communication and upward communication, right? And this another category is horizontal communication, that is at the same level. Then this communication based on the formality. So if it is a formal communication, that is it is official call, it is official mail, if it is official message, then it is called as formal communication, and if it is unofficial, then it is called as informal communication. Now the third type of communication is nothing but the personal communication. Now let us look at the other types of communication, that may be verbal, that may be non-verbal. So under this verbal communication, some words, some alphabets, some sentences are involved, and that may be through the oral communication, that may be through the written communication. So if the sentences are or the words are involved, then it is called as verbal communications. So if you are calling someone and asking some work to do, if you are chatting with someone and having some communication with someone through the chatting, that may be through the telephonic discussion, that may be through the interviews, and if it is through the meetings, that may be the opening meeting, closing meeting, auditing meeting, etc. So all these communications is through the oral communication, but it has contained some words or sentences. So it is called as spoken under verbal communication. Now these words and sentences are through the letter, if it is through the emails, if it is through the notes, reports, or the advertisement, then it is called as written verbal communication. If the signs or the symbols are, that may be the gesture or postures, may be involved to communicate with someone without any words, without any sentences, then it is called as non-verbal communications. Now the communication may be formal, that is official, that may be informal or unofficial. So if some orders like joining order, promotional order, etc. are involved, or some memos due to inefficient working, or if the work is not completed within the time, or if some complaints regarding some work or with respect to some person, then memos or some appeals, maybe some notes or circulars can be there. If that circulars may be internal circulars, that may be through the other offices like government offices or central government offices, and if some agendas are uh, prepared for a particular program, for a particular function, or some minutes of meetings are there, then all these examples are nothing but the formal communication, that is official communication. If there is no agenda, there is no minutes of meeting, if it is just chatting or whispers or the rumors regarding a person, regarding an organization, regarding a specific activity, and if that chatting or that rumors and whispers or discussions are not formal, not official, then it is called as informal or grapevine communication. Now, on the basis of direction of flow, there are again three types of communication, that is upward communication, downward communication, and horizontal communication. Now, let us discuss one by one. So, what is upward communication? Now, these subordinates are communicating to the superiors or supervisors or managers or managing directors or general manager, etc. Then it is called as upward communication, because this is in the upward direction, right? So these subordinates can communicate to the superiors, and that communication is called as upward direction. So through that communication, that may be a grievance addressal procedure, some complaint or problem solving procedure, that may be a open door policy, that may be a counseling, that may be a attitude questionnaires and exit interviews, that may be a participative techniques, that may be a ombudsperson. So if the complaints, problems, difficulties are not solved by a specific person or the responsible person, then that complaint may go to the ombudsman, and that ombudsman can solve the problems or that difficulties. So if the worker helpers or the employees are communicating with the superiors, then it is called as upward communication. If it is exactly reverse, that is the superiors are communicating to the subordinates, then it is on the downward direction, and that is why it is called as downward communication, right? So there are different purposes of this downward communication: to give instruction to employees regarding their jobs and the specific task, so that GM or MD or that manager can define a specific job profile to a subordinates, then to provide information about organizational procedures and practices to new employees. That is why the induction programs are there, so that trainer or the training department person can coordinate to the new employees to aware about these organization procedures and practices, to explain the rationale of a job to new employees. So to explain anything about the organization, to explain anything about a job, a specific task that superiors can communicate to a new employee, that is called as downward communications. So there are different teams for that purpose only. And the third type of communication is horizontal communication, that is also called as lateral communication, because this is the area where the same designation or the similar designation can be there, and if it is the communication happens at same level of that organization structure, so this purchase manager can communicate with production manager or with quality control manager or with sales manager. So all these are managers. So this communication is nothing but the horizontal or lateral communications. So horizontal communication aids to coordinate the activities of various departments but having the same level of organizers. So from this discussion, we must conclude that the choice of appropriate method of communication is very important in management. So you can refer the MSBT manual or the given URL for more detailing about this communication types and their example. Thank you. Thank you for patient listening.